Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. It is Tuesday. It's January 21st. The impeachment trial has begun. I've been glued to the TV all day, y'all. I mean, I got my work done early before it started, and thank goodness they decided to expand it into 3 days so I don't have to stay up all night. Hopefully, they'll end it before, one of those old guys croaks. That's what I was thinking. Okay, Mitch McConnell, you're really pushing it. You're pretty old. You think you can really stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning? Start from early in the morning and stay up all night. He's pretty old. So I don't know. They were saying that he may have done it like that because uh, to look like him and Susan Collins negotiated and make her look like she had a win. Like she made him stretch it out to 3 days. Like she's really, you know, on the middle road. Like she wants witnesses and all that, but then she just voted. I just watched it, and she voted all the witnesses, all any amendments that were put forth. She voted all the whole party's voting together. All the GOPs have voted everything down, so it's going across the line. It's pretty much happening the way we thought it would. It doesn't seem like any of the Republicans are interested in hearing any of the truth. All they're worried about, is themselves, evidently. They don't care what this Trump has done. They don't care if we have a lawless president. They don't care. We're in power. Woo, woo, woo. That's it. That's all it is. You know, Susan Collins put out a statement saying that she would, after she did that, that she voted with the party, she put out a statement when they went to break saying that she will likely support witnesses later. I'm going to support them later, but not right now. Really? You want the facts, but you don't. You do. You don't. They talk with a forked tongue constantly. The one good thing about this trial is, remember when the impeachment hearings were going, those senators, those senators and all the people that were on the GOP side, they were so disrespectful. They acted horrible. They said horrible things. They behaved horribly. They spoke out of turn. They spoke too long. They did all kinds of things. Well, they can't do anything right now. They have to keep their mouths shut. And then the attorneys for the GOP, they have no defense. They have no defense. None. They're not really even trying. They're like, we don't have a witness. They don't have any, they don't have any proof. We don't care. It's terrible. That Lisa Murkowski, she said she would listen and act fairly, that she would, listen fairly and keep an open mind. So we need a few people to vote to change it, the witnesses and everything. Doug Jones, he said he was undecided. Mitt Romney, he said he wanted to have witnesses, but he's voted with them too. All the ones that they stood up in front of, on TV, on camera, and they said that they wanted witnesses and everything, and still they're voting with party. So he's not reliable. Mitt Romney's never been reliable. He just switches like that, That Cory Gardner, he's very vulnerable in Colorado. Colorado's a blue state, and he's up for re-election. Not looking good for him. So, McSally, that too. I think Mark Kelly is ahead of her now. So, these seats, they're killing them. They're shooting themselves in the foot. They're protecting Trump, and they think they're helping themselves, but they're not. They really are not. So when I got a flash, I was meditating right before I turned on the camera, and I was just asking Spirit. So, since they won't vote against Trump, since they won't, is this going to help flip the Senate in November. Will this help us flip the Senate? Is this going to get rid of a bunch of senators? And they're showing me skating on thin ice. So maybe we may just barely have the majority. It's going to be really, really close. That's what they're telling me. They're skating on thin ice. So it's going to be really, really close, a thin majority. But, we'll take the win. Even if it's thin, even if it's really close, we'll take it, right? It's going to be really, really close, they're saying. Skating on thin ice. So that's what I'm getting. Okay. I'm going to do a reading on the GOP, on the senators that are there voting, the Republican Party, how this is, what's going on with them and how it's affecting them. So let me do that. I have the cards here ready. I've been trying to get my husband to come and talk in front of the camera, but he's been busy doing things, and I haven't pinned him down yet. He just got a haircut, so he's camera ready. Looks good. He's Johnny Q. I always call him Johnny Q. He's gone to the gym tonight. I know the trial's going on right now. I got it recorded, so when they take a break, I'll try to skim through it faster and listen, make sure I hear everything. The Democrats, the managers, the House managers, they're doing a superb job. They are laying out everything, and they're using all their time very wisely. Now I know why. I told my daughter, this is why Pelosi held the articles back. They got everything together because this didn't happen overnight. This didn't happen in 2 days. They are doing superb. They're doing wonderful. They knew who the managers were going to be. I guarantee you they were working on it. They had to be. They had to be. They knew what was going on. But I think they're doing a great job. And the Republican, the lawyers for Trump, they're not even taking all the time that they have to. They're just saying a few things, and they're like, okay, I yield back. I yield back now because everybody's going to vote, They're going to all vote. Yeah. Okay. All right. Are they going to continue to vote together and find Trump not guilty? And, what's going on with them? Let's take a look at that. The first one is the Four of Pentacles. They are worried. They are worried about, not taking their oath of office seriously. They're to be seen as not taking it seriously. And obviously they're not doing their job. If they don't want to look at all the information, the witnesses, if they don't want to look at everything, then they're not doing their job. So this is about, covering up their own asses and holding on to their Senate seat. That's the only thing they're worried about, is holding on to their Senate seat. That's it. They don't, it's not so much protecting Trump, it is they're protecting themselves. Crossing over that is Queen of Pentacles. They feel like they're doing the most sensible thing for themselves. Mitch McConnell's got them reined in so tight. It's he's really controlling them, and it's crazy how much control he has. But they feel like they're doing the most sensible thing. They feel like they are securing their future by doing this. But I don't think that's true. I'm feeling that's what they're feeling. They're doing what they think is the best for themselves, not for our country, for themselves. Overlooking the situation is the Page of Cups. They're in for a nasty surprise. Yeah, they think what they're doing is best, but they're going to be in for a big surprise. They really are. I got another page on the foundation of the situation. There's younger, brighter, more energetic people just waiting around the corner, working hard to win those senator seats. And that's what we need. We need to drain the swamp and bring, we need to have limits. We need to have limits on how much senators can be reelected. If our president can only have 8 years, shouldn't senators only have 8 years too? I feel like that. And there's younger people coming in. So that's good. We need to get rid of some of these old turtles, right? And we have the Three of Swords. Um, this, they are very concerned. They really are. This trial is having an effect on them. They're worried about their seats, of course. They're worried about how this is going to affect their future. It's causing a lot of stress. The choices that they will make, the choices that they are making will cause an upheaval. It will. And I think some chaos. This is the last card I drew. This is the Queen of Wands. Lots of queens here. They do accomplish what Mitch McConnell and Trump want. They get it done. So I feel like there's no hope. They are not going to change their votes. I don't feel like there's any hope. And I do feel like this is going to cause a lot of chaos. But come November, they're going to feel it. They're going to feel it. I was just reading about Devin Nunes. His hometown newspaper says he's a traitor. So, it's all going to come out. And all these people that turned a blind eye to Trump's misdeeds, they're going to pay. They are going to pay. So anyway, I just wanted to touch base with you guys and do a really quick reading. I had to do a lot of readings this morning, get prepared, to be able to watch the trial of the century. And my hair's all curlied out. I was too lazy to dry it. I just sat around with wet hair, and that's what happens. My husband does not like this look. He doesn't like it. That's why you don't see it very often, because he don't like curly hair. So I'm like, this is easy to do. I could just, have wet hair and it'll dry like this, but hell no, I got to straighten it up and roll it up and, fix it up. But he had to look at me like this today. Oh, well. And my daughter came by today. It was nice to see her. They're working together. My husband's putting on a new show. He has jewelry shows that he puts on in different cities and convention centers. So he's putting on a new show in Harlingen, Texas. So they were having to figure out floor plans for that and do things. They were talking so loud I couldn't even hear the TV. I was out in the front room. I had to come in my bedroom and shut the door. I'm like, y'all go in the office and talk. They're talking in front of the TV because they want to watch the trial and talk. My husband is a loud talker. I don't know if you guys ever met Iranian man. I don't know. My husband he's just a really loud talker. And some people are even scared of him because he talks really loud. He's got a deep voice and he talks loud. And they get a little put off with him, but that's just his voice. And especially if he's talking on the phone, he talks so loud on the telephone. And I tell him, you don't have to shout on the phone, especially when I'm driving in a car with him. Oh my gosh, that's terrible if he's on the telephone. He'll have it on Bluetooth, and he thinks he's got to really yell because Bluetooth is far away. It's far away from him, so he's got to yell. Then it's really, really bad. I'll usually put my headphones on and turn on my phone and try to listen to something when he's talking in the car. We had a busy weekend. We went to Houston on Sunday, and we went to Harlingen on Saturday. So we went around. We did lots put a lot of miles on that car. We rented a car. He didn't like to put miles on his own car, So, yeah, we went and looked at a new place to have our event. So we're going to do that. And then we went to a show in Houston, another jewelry show, to get vendors. We have to go to different shows to sign up other vendors for our show. So it's an ongoing thing. He loves traveling. I hate traveling, but I do it. I do it. He's a really good driver. Oh my gosh, you guys. When we were traveling, when we were going to Houston, I had to think about it. There was an 18-wheeler following us on I-10. And, it's 75 and you can go 80. You'll go 80 and you won't get stopped. So I'm sure my husband was doing 80. And it was lots of traffic. And this 18-wheeler was on our butt. On our butt. And my husband was like, he stayed way far away from the car in front of us because he felt nervous. He told me, if I have to put on the brakes, I don't want that 18-wheeler to jackknife or have an accident or hit us and kill us. So his father had a fleet of trucks, and that's what they used to do when he was a child. When he was a kid growing up, he would go with his father. His father had several trucks, and that's what they did. They transported things. So he knows all about trucks and diesels and all that. He had to do lots of work when he was a kid, and when it was summertime, his daddy didn't let him lay around and do nothing. He had to go with him on the truck and work. So he's got a pretty good work ethic. But this, of course, we came up to all of a sudden, all the cars stopped. Don't you know that's what happened? It was like my husband just knew that was going to happen. He has really good, um, you know, psychic sense. He has really, really good. He's very intuitive. And he was thinking about it and worried about it. And he told me that truck is on our ass. I don't like it. He's on our ass. And he's going 80 miles an hour on our ass. He should be in the other lane because we were in the fast lane. Trucks all should have to go in the other lane. But all of a sudden, everybody slammed on their brakes. It was like, what happened? And my husband, he hit his brakes a little bit and a little bit. That truck went off on the side of the road. He had to stop. And you know what? Those concrete barriers where they're doing construction, we had just passed a patch of concrete barriers where we were, it was real narrow. We had nowhere to go. And then it had opened up a patch on the side. There was a shoulder with grass. It was just lucky the way it happened. That guy couldn't stop. He came up past our car. He would have just ate us. He just would have smashed the hell out of us. My husband's, he hit the brakes, but not hard. And then he hit him a little bit, and he went close to the car that, what is that thing that goes off, that warning thing goes off when you get too close to the car in front of you. That warnings thing went off on the car because he was so close to the other car, but he went up to it really close because he thought that 18-wheeler was going to kill us, smash into us. 18-wheeler barely stopped. He barely stopped. And I was so mad. When we got back on the road and that 18-wheeler got up close to us again, I turned around and I pointed my finger at him and I screamed at him and I said, "Get off us, move." And he stayed off from us for a little while, and then he got back on us again. So he didn't learn his lesson, So we ended up just moving over and going slower for a little while and let him pass. We're like, let him go. We don't need to mess around with him. So we'd let him pass. We just went slower for a little while. It was worth it to save our lives. Anyway, so that was my craziness over the weekend. So that was scary. I had a heart attack. I really had a heart attack. It scared the crap out of me. I turned around and looked. I saw that truck going off on the side of the road. So it was really scary. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for listening to me. I appreciate it. I'm doing readings every day. I can do them in the mornings before the trial starts. So if you'd like to get a reading with me, look down below and get my email address. Email me, and you can do a Celtic cross. You can do a love reading. You can have three questions just answered. If you want the 3 questions, and I can go through them with 3 cards on each question. Can do it like that. It's $25 for any of the readings. Celtic cross, love reading, 3 question, anything you like. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to me. Love you. If you're a new subscriber, thank you, and I appreciate you coming by. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and hit the bell to be notified for the next video that comes out. I forget to say those things, y'all. All right. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the trial. I'll be back. Bye for now.